Wow.
So I learned a few of his little quirks and things that I might talk about tonight, which is why I'm here. He was a little embarrassed about asking me to be here because he thought, well, he's a guy with no character flaws, so it'll be really tough for me. Well, those 5,000 miles, I've got a little list. So I'm going to tell you 3 stories. They're all brief, and they all have a little bit of Mannie in it. We were sailing on the Gulf Stream headed to Bermuda. The Gulf Stream is like a couple days out of Halifax, 200 miles, and it is by terms a really delightful place and a really horrible place, and this was one of the horrible nights. It was awful. It was raining, it was blowing like 25 knots from Bermuda. We were headed to Bermuda. We were making maybe 4.5 knots, slopping through the water. I was on deck. I'd been on deck since 8 o'clock in the morning. It was midnight. We were making, as I say, 4 knots to wind up along the wind. We were making about 3 knots towards Bermuda. And the current, the Gulf Stream current, was carrying us backwards at 2 knots. So we were on a 700-mile journey going about 1 mile per hour. And it was Mannie's turn. So I wake him up and he says, grumble, grumble, grumble. You know how it is when you get woken up at midnight. You're going to be on deck for 4 hours. And about 20 minutes later, he stuck his head out and said, oh, geez, why are we here? And I'm thinking, well, we're here because we're going that way. And he sort of disappeared for a little while, but he came on deck and did his thing, and I went back to bed. That's part of one story. Now, the next story is little coastal sailing. See, our common element is sailing again. Here we are puttering up and down the coast. And we come to these little places where you throw out the anchor. It's dead flat calm. Like a frying pan and a piece of string would have done for an anchor. Oh, no. Mr. Anchor here says, he's read Seamanship Volume 2, knows all about. So what do? You lay out the anchor, you lay out the road 7 to 1, not 6 knots, 7. And you lay out a little more road, and then you give her a little shot of reverse, and then you lay out some more road, and you give her another shot of reverse, and all is well. No, I'm hungry, I'm thirsty, I'm tired, I want my frying pan and a piece of string. Oh no, we do the anchor. Now, in 20 feet of water, I'll do the arithmetic, 20 feet of water, you multiply by 7, that's 140 feet of line. And if it doesn't get right, you do it again. So you haul up, it's cold, it's not Nova Scotia, it's cold, it's wet, it's been down the muddy bottom, it's slimy and dirty, but we do it again. Well, we're comfortably anchored, the night passes. Okay, that's 2 stories. Third story is, here it's morning, very same morning, or maybe another one. Now, you'll appreciate that the first of these stories happened only once. The second happened many, many times. Wake up in the morning, Mannie says, hey, well, we should have a cup of coffee. Great idea, says, yeah, okay. And then it begins. Would you like dark or light? Dark. Would you like plunger or espresso? Plunger! You know, I'm thinking, give me a goddamn coffee. No, plunger it is. And would you like fine or coarse grind? I don't know. Just give me my coffee. Well, we settle on plunger, and we do the coffee, and he says, it's stopwatch. My God, it's stopwatch. 3 minutes for it to steep in the thing. Oh, not 2.5. 3 minutes. Now, I'm a little smart at this because it has happened before. So while he's distracted, I grab the plunger, go, and sort of get my coffee. Now, around about then, I learned that I should have black coffee because I saved myself the, what kind of milk would you like? 2% or high test? No, see, all that didn't happen because I said black. Well, I'll finally got my coffee. All right, now there's 3 stories. Now I'm going to give you the second half of the first one. And the first one is that after a totally miserable night on the Gulf Stream, we wake up, sun is kind of shining, the wind is eased up, the porpoises have come to play from miles around. They sort of come, porpoises are really mischievous animals. They love to come and make you look bad because there you are in a boat going on 4 knots and they're doing 25. It's really wonderful. And all is well with the world. The what the hell are we doing here was totally forgotten, and there we are as part of the adventure. It's just a wonderful place. So, good. The anchor, well, I complained vigorously about all this fuss with the anchor many, many times, but always, not sometimes, but always, I woke up in the morning and the boat was in the same place. That's a good thing, because you can get really bad surprises overnight. Always in the same place. I like that. And as for the coffee, well, I thought he was doing that just to torture me. Always in my mind, I was thinking he's torturing me. But no, I don't think so. He's a guy who really appreciates his coffee and was just making sure that I had the same opportunities to have El Supremo as he would have all by himself. So, Lexine, you have chosen really well. You've got a guy who may complain a little bit, but he's always up for an adventure. Bring it on. Maybe a wedding is a good adventure, too. You wake up with the guy, and you'll know the boat is there in the morning. That's really good.
She already has.
And what's better than waking up and knowing the boat's in the morning is having a guy who really appreciates his coffee and wants to lay out the good stuff for you. And maybe, just maybe, he'll one day think that, this will go for the Cape Breton tea as well. To a great sailor and to a great friend, Mannie the Groom.
To the Groom. Slosh.
Well done.